Let's see. As always, it's a pain in the ass. Um, all right. Yeah. It's like we're live. So, all right. So I just, the other night I did a thing and I, uh, I nuked it, man. I got rid of it because, it was just me ranting. I guess I was ranting a little too hard. Let me turn the volume down on this thing. Nice shot of my hand. You can read my astrology from that. Anyways, I decided to, I just decided to nuke that thing. I didn't need it. It wasn't a big deal. Um, it's kind of pointless. But, and I started rambling. So the deal is, got a lot of decisions to make, man. It's taking a little bit of time. It's taking more time than I thought to do what I'm trying to do here. Let me get this away from the microphone so we don't get an echo. And anyways, so the deal is, man, what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to get through pretty much all the report, as long as I can stand it. So nice, nice. There we go. Now we're back. Yeah, the internet connection sucks these days. I gotta call and yell at somebody. But anyway, the the plan here is to try and get through, as much of the evidence, if not all of it. Hopefully, all of it. But it's kind of problematic, right? There's a lot of things that are problematic with doing that. Um, I think, I'm going to go back. I think I'm going to go through the preliminary report and the final report as I'm also writing up, of course, I got to go through the witness statements as I'm going through the witness statements. Can't speak English this morning. The There's a lot of issues with that, man. So, which I think I explained last time, and so those are taking a while to write up a little synopsis of each one. And it doesn't take long to read, 130 pages of a PDF of one of 10 PDFs, but it takes quite a bit of fucking time to write a synopsis, read them, write, page by page what they're saying. That's a pain in the ass. And then try and decide what's important, what's not important, what's relevant, what's not relevant. Trying to leave in as much as possible, but at the same time, you got some decisions to make whether, things are relevant or not relevant. So that's kind of an issue. And like I said, I think I'm going to go through the reports one more time. And I know I started to do this a while back and I never actually got through them. So I think that's one of the first things I'm going to do. The body cam footage is easy. That's the easy part. That's the easiest part of this whole thing. So, I still got to get through a couple to get through that. I believe it's release number 6 that we're on. Got to deal with that. Um, and then I'm going to run into uh, the 911 calls. Now, 911 calls is something I kind of want to do. The problem is there's just too many of them. It's too long. It's going to take too much time. So, that's going to be very problematic. I'd rather get through all of the body cam that I can and, maybe come back to the 911 calls at some point. Uh, but at the same time, I'm going to be doing these uh, going through the witness statements, and I want to get through the witness statements. And, hopefully we'll get through that. Like I said, run into some problems there because I don't know, if I want to go through the 911 calls. And I think I want to go through the fit reports again, the preliminary, the final report. I want to get through those because honestly, there's been some moments, man. There's been some moments where I just forgot about shit, And as you're going through them, people will sometimes here and there, come up with something, say it's in the report. I forgot all about it, So, just to give me some time, buy me some time, because I'm pretty much ready for the PDF number 1, right? Now, 1 of, I believe, 10 from release number 2, right? So it takes a little bit of time, man. It takes quite a bit of time to go through those. So I want to give myself some running room before I actually start hammering into those. So I think I'm going to, eventually live stream the rest of that, the body camera footage from drop number 6, and then go back into the fit report, the preliminary report, do some of that stuff, go through that again. I know a lot of that will take a lot of time, especially once you get to the door logs and you try to decipher door logs. Those are not easy, and those are a pain in the ass. And I know, I believe Richard's working on that right now, which is good. And, he'll have his interpretation of that. And it'll be interesting to see how it matches up. I know a lot of his interpretation was, discussed, through, channels. And so I know a lot of that is, going to be, information I've already heard or, stuff that's been shared around. So, that'll be interesting. And like I said, it'll be interesting to go through it again. I went through it once already on camera. Way back in the day. But that's where I'm sitting. That's where I'm sitting right now. And I realize a lot of people don't want to deal with this stuff. A lot of people don't want to watch this stuff. I said this the other night. I know a lot of people didn't see it, and I'm sure the people that are live in here did see it. But, not necessarily doing this for everybody, man. This isn't this isn't a thing I'm trying to get views on. I just don't care. For the most part, it's for me, myself. Keep myself motivated into going through this, dealing with this. And, at the same time, there's a few people out there that I've noticed that reached out here and there that are actually still interested in, in Vegas. And most of those people are silent. You don't see them in comments. You don't see them in chat. You don't see them pretty much anywhere. And, a couple in particular don't want anything to do with Vegas. Don't want anything to do with the YouTube part of Vegas, right? Don't want anything to do with the people in Vegas. Don't want anything to do with, any of the drama, any of the bullshit, right? So that's kind of the reason that I decided to go forward with this. Decided to put the work in to do this. Even put my credit card down on this StreamYard to do this. So, like I said, I think that's future. I think that's what's going to happen. The next few days, you'll probably see me, if I have the time, you're going to see me go through the rest of the body cams for drop number 6. And from there, probably go into the reports, the preliminary, the fit report. Nobody's going to want to see that stuff, but you know what? I'm going to do it anyway, So just came on here, give it a little update. That's why I haven't been really doing much the last couple of days. Did the HLN thing. Oh, man. Okay, froze for a minute there. Did the HLN thing. I figured that was kind of important. Figured might as well do it while it's out, while I can get a hold of it, and just give some get my impressions out there of what was going on with that thing. And since I went over that twice, I think I'm pretty much done with that. It did debunk a lot of things. It got rid of a lot of things, or got rid of a lot of the problems people have with certain parts of this. Right? It's got rid of a lot of the conspiracy behind this. Sorry, but you guys got flushed out, man. That thing fucked you up. We saw shooting out the window, is one thing, right? So shooting did come from Mandalay Bay, right? And everyone's saying, "Oh, there's no muzzle blast." Well, now you have it. It's out there. You can see it. It's there if you want to look for it. The window being broken. Well, now we have the police not only saying that we have windows, curtains open on a window that is not broken. With it, honestly, the guy was fucked up, because that window, we see during the breach that those curtains were actually closed at that time. And then somebody went and opened them and looked out that window. And then a guy came in and said, we have curtains open on a window that's not broken. But then, in the HLN interview article, whatever you want to call it, we have, them saying the broken windows to the right of the door or whatever, right? So what that means, it's kind of a weird way to say it, but, I guess they didn't know any other way to say it. I guess right of the column would be more accurate, but, So, a lot of stuff like that, man. A lot of blood. So that no blood thing, it's always been bullshit. But they got shot the fuck down. Crisis actors. Well, the cops that were in that, they were not crisis actors. So some of that, right? I think we debunked a lot of that bullshit, man. So we can move on. I can move on. I really don't care. But as we go through a lot of these witness statements, interviews, stuff like that, there's going to be a lot of conspiracy involved in that. There'll be a lot of people saying they know that there was another shooter. There's going to be a lot of people saying that they felt like they were being chased, stuff like that. You're going to have a lot of that. You're going to have people saying, "Oh, we thought it was firecrackers," and all that sort of stuff. There's going to be a lot of that going on. Where, one I just read says there was, or that I'm going to read the next, whenever I get around to it. It's going to talk about a shooter at the Tropicana. It's going to talk about how they know that there was a shooter at the Tropicana, I believe. I think that's how they worded it. But, so there's going to be a lot of that, man. There's going to be a lot of room for, alternate theories, whatever you want to call it. There's going to be some of that. And that's fine. We're always going to have people doing that, I figure. But there's going to be some of that. But I think, a lot of this, at this point, I think it's pretty safe to say a lot of this stuff is dead in the water. LRADs, man, those are dead in the water. That's definitely a dead fucking theory at this point. Again, those are directional, right? So, in order to do some LRAD stuff, basically, this guy had a room full of Alpines, man. Filled that room full of Alpines, man. And was blasting that, Rambo sounds. The fucking soundtrack from the last Rambo movie through the Alpines, man. No, that didn't happen. Yeah, that just didn't happen. Because when you're hearing it downstairs, you're hearing it, in the body cam and stuff like that. And, It's one thing to say, oh, they had this, directional system aimed at the concert and they're fucking with the people in the concert. Yeah, that's one thing, but it's complete another when you're saying that these people are hearing it downstairs and you can actually hear it through the audio. So, yeah, I think we put that to rest. I think we put a lot of it to rest. I know a lot of people can be stubborn about that. Ain't gonna want to get rid of that shit, but honestly, I'm sorry. If you're still holding on to dead theories, man, that's on you, man. And that kind of becomes irrelevant at that point. But there is going to be room for some interesting alternative theories, throughout this, some that I think people haven't even picked up on yet, especially when it comes to people at other hotels witnessing what they witnessed. And now you're going through witness statements and dealing with stuff like that. So I think you're going to have room for that, but we'll see what comes out of it. We'll see what happens. But to me, you had a guy, you had somebody shooting out a window in Mandalay Bay at a bunch of people in the concert. And to me, I'd say that's fact. And I think it's pretty safe to say at that point. And a bunch of people died in that concert, at that concert. I think that's pretty safe to say that's fact at this point. We don't have crisis actors, at least not that you can fucking point out. If there's live fire coming into a concert, you're not going to pay people to go sit in the line of fire and take bullets. No, that's not going to happen. You can't pay people enough for that. So I think a lot of the crisis actor stuff is out the window. And so yeah. So we can move on from a lot of that. Still questions. There's always going to be questions. Campos is a big question mark. What happened with Campos? It's always going to be a question. Some of the things in the FIT report. Did this guy act alone? Did he have company while he was there? They never said he didn't. That's one thing that people keep kind of misinterpreting. I mean, they never said he didn't have company. They said lone shooter and no accomplices, right? No accomplices means that nobody else helped him. Doesn't mean he didn't have company. So there's still room there. There's still issues. Still things need to be hammered out. And, but I think that's, like I said, that's what I'm going to do going on, moving on with this. I would like to someday get back to the 911 calls, but I don't think it's a good idea to do it right away, man, because I don't want to do marathon sessions of 911 calls, man. That's just crazy. I would like to get to them, though. Like to get into those. Some of those were fairly interesting. But I think, for now, I'm good with the body cams. I'm good with going through the witness statements, preliminary report, FIT report. Yeah, we'll do some of that and see what comes out of all this. Just like get as much knowledge as possible, much information as possible locked into this head. Probably won't remember any of it, but try. And with that, I think I'm out of here. I'm done with this, and probably leave this one up. So have a good night. Stay safe out there. Have a good day, wherever you're at, and have fun.